Greetings. Yeah, y'all didn't think I was gonna talk, huh? In this one again. But no, I'm gonna talk this time, I'm gonna be verbal. See my birthmark, so let y'all know. Locking up everything. All my freeformers, organic lock people, you know, whatever you wanna call it. Right now we're gonna talk about oiling. Should you put oils in your crown, My experience, actually this is the 20th month. My last video was done in October. This is 20 months worth of progress right now. I guess I could give you a quick little tour to see what's going on with it. Real quick. It's funny because you see this lock standing straight up. That's how mine grew, and that's the beautiful thing about free forming, or letting it grow organic and do what it's going to do. Because this thing here, man, and the one that's connected in the back to it, that's just how they ended up growing, I didn't plan it like that. So, individuality, that's the beautiful thing about organic locks. No two crowns will look the same. Might be similar in some ways, but it's always going to be some differences. But oiling, in the beginning when I first started, I wasn't putting any oil in my hair, It was this big discussion about how oil would damage your hair and this and that, and so I wasn't oiling. And what I noticed is that once I washed my hair, I would wash with Kirk's fragrance-free Castile soap. I ordered a bunch of that. And I would wash my hair and, just go through the regular routine of some every other day, some sage and rosemary rinses. But what I noticed is once I would rinse, without putting oil in my hair or anything, like I said, I was not oiling for the first 3 or 4 months of my locking process. My hair would be very dry and I would have shedding, a lot of shedding as far as like pieces, not my hair actually coming off, but just it would shed a lot. So what I started doing, actually, I went and brought me some jojoba oil, right? Organic, of course. You don't want to buy anything but organic products when you're putting it in your crown. Along with some organic olive oil. Olive oil is it's a little bit heavier than jojoba oil. So you have to be aware of that. Whatever you put in your hair, do some research, because I did hours and hours of research, while I was trying to figure out what I would do and if I should do it and things like this. So research. But what I would tell you too is make sure you're drinking a lot of water and making sure that you're exercising. You're either going to the gym, you're getting out in the sun, letting your scalp sweat and breathe. That helps, because I had a lot of dandruff, which I don't have anymore. I don't have any dandruff at all now. So all of these things combined in the oiling for me, I used to actually take this and get a little small glass jar. I would put some of this in there, mix a little bit of this, because this is a lot lighter, and it's actually the jojoba oil is a lot closer to the oils that our scalp actually produces itself. And I would actually take a dropper and stick it in there and put this all over my scalp. Not on my hair, but on my scalp. It kind of helped with the shedding, but I was oversaturating my scalp, you see, because I was putting the oil directly on my scalp. So after doing that maybe for 3 or 4 months, I ran into this young lady and she talked to me, and she started talking to me about getting actually a spray bottle, chemically resistant, from Walmart, right? And what I started doing, I would fill this up to 18 ounces with water. Now, something else I would say that helped me, I put a filter on my shower that I brought from Lowe's, or you can go to Home Depot, but Lowe's, and I got a filter so it purifies the water, and lessens the chlorine that's coming out the shower. I believe that helped a lot too, with my hair being a lot softer and everything. So get you a filter. But I will fill this up, 18 ounces. And then I would take the jojoba oil and I would squirt maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. And I would, I actually got like, this is an old jojoba oil bottle. I fill this up with the organic olive oil I got. And I would put just like maybe 1, 2 of these, I would always put more jojoba oil in it than olive oil because olive oil is a lot heavier. And like I said, the jojoba oil is more closer to what our scalp actually produces. So I would fill this up 18 ounces and then I would wash my hair. Wash my hair with the soap and everything. I rinse it, rinse it. When I rinse, I get like one of these and I fill it up and then I pour. And I do that like 4 or 5 times and I shake. And then after I do that, I will actually take the bottle, making sure it's closed, and I would shake it because when you put the oil in there, it's going to sit on top of the water. So you shake it. And when you shake it, this is after you rinse out your hair in the shower, you put it on your scalp and you spray it. In between, you just want to get it on your scalp. You don't spray it all over your hair. You spray it on your scalp, all over. You put it in the front, hold your hair back so it runs. Spray it all around, in between your locks. You spray it. And then once you do that, you shake it. You shake it. See, what happens is that the water dilutes it a little bit. So the oil won't be oversaturating your scalp. Because I know when I used to put the regular oil drops, it's like it would just be too much on my scalp. But with the water, the oil gets on there, but the water actually, is not as heavy with the water. The water actually dilutes it a little bit, So it's not as heavy once it goes on. Once you shake it, actually your hair soaks it up a little bit. But if you spray it all in your hair, it's like you don't really want to do that, man. You want to keep things simple. You don't want to oversaturate your hair or anything like that because it really doesn't take all of that, So that's the routine that works best for me. And every 3 days, I will wash my hair. So I wash my hair every 3 days. But in between that time, after the first wash, the first day, whether I go run or whatever, I don't do anything the next day to it. I let it dry that night, just wrap it up. The next day, I don't do anything to it. The day after that, I'll do like a herbal rinse. Rosemary, sage. I'll actually make it up the night before and let it sit for like 4 or 5 hours so it'll turn like dark. And then I'll put a shirt over this bowl. I'll strain it. And then I'll sit it in the refrigerator, in this. And I'll put like a big sandwich bag over it, sit it in there overnight. The next day when I get ready to use it, I'll heat it up a little bit in a regular stainless steel pot on the stove. Heat it up a little bit, not too hot. And then I'll rinse my hair. You see, on the second day after washing it, I'll rinse it with just some regular water out the shower. And then I would have this bowl with my rinse in it. And then I would pour it in this while I'm in the shower, and that's just do the herbal rinse. And once you do the herbal rinse 3 times, because you want to have the bowl to where you're over the bowl in the shower when you do it, pour it back in the, this, and then you do that 3 times. I leave it in. I shake it out. I leave it in, and I go out in the sun, let it dry. And what I notice is that my hair got like a brownish tint to it now, which I actually like. So, my whole thing, for me, oiling my scalp with water and oil mixed, right, once a week, or every time I wash it. Once I wash it, so 1, 2, 3, wash, do the oil, and repeat the process. You see? So twice a week I'll do the spray oil. Like I say, you don't take that much oil to mix in with this water. You don't have to put like a lot of oil on your scalp, just enough to feed it some nutrients. And it worked best for me because now when I wash my hair, hardly any shedding comes out. But make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're eating, not a lot of greasy things. Because me, I'm a vegetarian, and I don't eat like a lot of chocolates and sweets. And, that's why I said this is my second journey. I wasn't ready my first time because I wasn't living right. I wasn't eating right. If you eat right, you drink a lot of water, get you a big cup. Like I said, I got a cup. That's 4 cups. This one big plastic cup is 4 cups. I drink like 5, 6, 7 of those a day, maybe more if I can. All of these things help. Get you a shower filter for your shower head. You know, now I don't hardly have any shower, any shedding, no dandruff. I used to have a lot of dandruff, no dandruff now, because I used to always hear people in these videos say they used to have dandruff. Now I'm a living testament, man. If you find you a good routine, you eating right, you taking care of your crown the way you should be. But the main thing I feel like helped me was the sage and the rosemary rinse, and I would do that maybe twice a week, 3 times a week if I could. And the oiling, putting the jojoba oil mixed in with a little bit of olive oil, organic of course, into 18 ounces, shaking it up. After you wash, you know, after you wash and rinse, do that. Keep shaking it because the oil, you want to keep it mixed, but on the scalp. Don't want to spray it all over your hair, just on the scalp. Because what's going to happen is a little bit of the oil is going to soak into your hair anyway. So, and it doesn't take, like I said, that much oil, man. You know, just keep it simple. And eventually, man, you'll find you a routine that will actually work. So, to me, what I talked about in the beginning, and what this video is about, to oil or not to oil, I oil, but I do it in a spray bottle with water. And I don't just put the oil itself on my scalp like I used to in the beginning, because it oversaturates the scalp. It was just too much. It made it too heavy. So that's my tip for right now. Like I said, this is 20 months. And then the next video I'm going to make, actually right after this one, is about to separate or not to separate your locks. So, you know, y'all take care, man. And I hope this was helpful. If you got any questions, you know, leave your comments. You already done those. So, yeah, man, bless up. And that's the end of this one right here. Keep the faith. Stay determined. You know, never give up. Patience.